Welcome. I'm Trina Medvis. We are here for our smoothies and snacks. This is our second, meeting here, and I'm going to pull up my screen. We're going to be talking today about healthy plants. We can see my screen. Yes, full screen. Perfect. We're talking about a healthy detox with plants and fasting. I'm going to share some things that really work, and I want you to pick something that you can implement here that'll work for you. So, just a few things about me. I always like to lead with who I am, why am I teaching you, and why should you learn from me? I've been certified, that's a big thing, since February 1999. I said 98, I think, last time. And I've been private and group training for 24 plus years. I have experience in the US and Canada. I'm a certified nutrition and wellness specialist with CanFit Pro, PTS, private training, group training, fitness instructor. And my business goal is to inspire each of you to believe in yourself when it comes to food, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to mindset, that to believe that you can actually implement these changes. My own personal goal is to make myself a top priority because that is the most difficult thing for me. And that is for you as well, probably. So this is where my journey started, and this is why I'm teaching you. So number one, back in August, I was suffering from skin rashes, bloating, energy. I thought I had ADHD. I was feeling so completely unwell. I had rashes, and I met with a nutritionist. I started this healthy detox. Mine was a little bit more intense, and you can see on the right that afterwards I wasn't suffering from all of these things. So it really affected my personal life and my business life. I was feeling so unwell. So this is 63 days in. I started small, just like everything I'm teaching you, and then I went from there. So the three topics that we're going to hit today is these are what I think, in my opinion, are the most natural detox ways: water, plants, and fasting. Fasting, I'm going to touch on. Really depends on the kind of person you are. But I want you to think about which one of those stands out for you. So jot a number down. Like maybe you're more curious about one. Maybe you know right away, I need to add more water. Maybe you know right away, you need to add more plants. Which one of these stands out the most to you? So just take a little number there, 1, 2, or 3. Okay. And I want you to answer this. You can do this if you're live in the chat, or you can write this on your paper. But either way, I want you to message me for accountability. So how much water do you think you drink right now? And a lot of us underestimate how much we drink, but 250 mils is 1 cup of water, right? Is it 500 mils? Did I write that down wrong? 250 mils a cup. Yeah, I had to think about that. And I want you to think about maybe your herbal teas, your different things, like just kind of jot a number down, just think about it. And then I want you to track this. And I want you to think about, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to food, drinks? Is it meal prep? Is it too much snacking? All of this stuff affects how we detox in our body. I don't believe in going on big detox juice cleanses. I don't believe in taking extra things to detox your body. There's a ton of money that can be spent for these things. I like to do this as naturally as possible. In fact, our body is detoxing every single day. When we sweat, when we urinate, all these things. So is there a struggle that you might be going through? If you're live here, put it in the chat for me. So how much water do you think you drink a day? And what's the struggle that you are going through right now? Maybe you just have a lot of different things. Pick 1 or 2. Maybe you're snacking too late, you're not eating enough calories, you're craving, you're not having enough plants. Let me know what that is for you. So number 1, these are the most obvious things. You know all of this, but are you doing it? So detox with water. That is the number 1 thing that we can do for our body. Our body is filled with water, and we need to add water for our brain, for our cells, for all the things we don't see on the inside. So many of us focus on our outside, and we focus on, we want to lose the weight, we want to do this, we want to change our abs, we want to have better thighs, but we don't think about what's going on in your body. So to remind you of the things that you probably already know, but you might forget, it flushes toxins in your body. So every day you have an opportunity to detox your body simply with water. It improves your energy, your mood. It helps with your brain function. It helps with weight loss. People that come to me and want to lose weight, I say start with water. your digestion, constipation, your bowel movements, your skin, your hair, your nails, every cell, muscle, and your immune system to fight bacteria and viruses. Those are just a few benefits of water. And it's really important that you get enough daily so that you can cleanse your body out. So that's why I love the lemon detox recipe that I've given you. If you haven't received it, just send me a message, email, and I'll get it to you. So here's a few tips that you can do to incorporate drinking more water. So number one, plan. I do not let my kids leave the house without bringing a water bottle with them everywhere you go. Even if you think you're leaving for 20 minutes, it's going to be quick. You really don't know. It's an opportunity to sip while you're out. Avoid plastic whenever possible. So I like to drink from metal bottles. Ours are, I think they're 28 ounces, these ones. And if I'm in a pinch, if I forgot my water bottle, I will go and buy plastic. But when you're at home, try not to buy the water bottles. And again, everybody's a little bit different with where they live and what area and how their watering systems are, the filtering. But try to avoid plastic. It has some of them have BPA. There's a lot of research on why it's not good for us. So good old fashioned water bottle, bring it while you go. You can even put it in a mason jar, whatever you want. And more in the active months. This is one of the things that people get confused with. You definitely want to drink more water when you're working out, it's hot and the temperature is obvious. But in the winter times, the colder months, we don't drink enough water, and it's really important all the time, but especially if you're sweating and you're losing all of that water out from your sweat, we lose a lot of electrolytes. The lemon, ginger, cayenne, add fruits to it. For those of you that have issues that you just don't like water, I'm so sorry. Add lime, lemon, raspberries, cucumbers, get a way to flavor it up so that you'll drink it. Urine should be clear. So this is what I always tell my clients. It should be pale yellow and no strong odor, depending on if you've had asparagus and different things. Yellow can be a sign of dehydration. So just look in the toilet before you flush it. And what does it look like? That gives you inventory and evidence right there in your toilet bowl. Start small, sip water through to the day so that it becomes a habit. So everybody take a drink right now. That's here live with me. Take a drink. I see you. Yes. Okay, little sips all throughout the day. We're not gulping. We're just sipping throughout your day. You know how people say gulp your water? Don't do that. So this is a little technical. I'll send this to you, but this is the basic breakdown is the first line. So how much water should I drink? I get asked that all the time. An easy calculation is to figure out half your weight in ounces. So that would mean if you're 160 pounds and we break that in half, that's 80 ounces of water. 8 ounces is 1 cup. So that's a simple calculation. So if you're 140 pounds, think about 70 ounces in water, and then you're going on and so forth. So these bottles are pretty good. I would drink 3 of these. I put elastics on them. There's a whole elastic system. 3 of these I want to drink a day. I put 3 elastics on the top. Then I move it down to the bottom when I've drank one so that I can keep track of it. So I said a person who weighs 150 pounds versus someone who is 220, you need more water in your body. So just think half of your body in ounces, and 8 ounces equals a cup. So that would be 10 cups or 8 cups or 4 cups. Any questions on that? Leave it in the chat. So very simple. Flood your body with healthy water. Just remember also that fruits and vegetables count as water. Herbal teas count as water. If you're drinking a coffee, it counts as water. But I like to always drink enough for my body. So calculate that. And also if you're drinking alcohol, 1 cup, I would even say 2 cups of water per 1 drink of alcohol. The second thing in our detox journey is plants daily. So I'm going to give you a couple suggestions as well at the end for the supplements I take, but I always go for food first. So things like, can you put it in a smoothie or a juice? Can you add more plants into that? Veggies with every meal. Often we think of breakfast and we don't think of veggies at breakfast. We just think of them at lunch, or maybe a salad for dinner or a salad at lunch. So more bitter greens. Can you add bitter greens? Do you know what bitter greens are? Do any of you know what bitter greens are? So things like rapini and fennel and spinach and kale and little, like, all the different types of vegetables that maybe we're not used to eating. We stick with cucumbers and lettuce and all those things. More fruits. Fruits are a great way to detox. I always like to make a rule to try to eat more vegetables than I do fruits because fruits are really easy to eat. They taste good, but I like to think of having more vegetables that I can. The typical 5 a day, not enough. We're upwardly like 9 to 15. Dietitians, nutritionists, the Cancer Society will tell you you need a good 9 to 12, 10 to 15 servings. So things that are helping you detox, when you eat more plants, you want to try to reduce the toxins in your food. So pesticides you're thinking of, sprays that we get on our food. Look at the dirty dozen. What are the top dirty dozen that are sprayed? So there's an actual I think it's the EWG organization. Every year they launch and they check what are the highest sprayed foods. So we're trying to think of reducing those. And in those categories, you're wanting to try to buy organic, but just remember that there are toxins inside of that. And also when it comes to taking supplements where we're detoxing, because we can think of certain superfood capsules. There's a lot of green juices that we can have. A lot of times we are peeing that stuff out. So I always say it's expensive pee where we're taking different supplements. Maybe people go, well, I'm on a green juice. Well, are you even absorbing that? Is it bioavailable? Is it just expensive pee? So I want you to think of eating more natural sources. I always say food first over any supplement. So this is a reminder from our last session. I was talking about the plant sources, and you can see in this situation on this list, these are things that are naturally going to help your body detox. So you're going to be adding all these things in: peas and avocado and spinach. There's beans. These are a way to get plants into your body, nuts, seeds, different things. They're a great way to help us detox our body. So that's just a reminder there. One thing I started doing, so this is one of my clients, she's not here today, but she bought one of these. Grow your own food. Some of you do it in the window. I know one of my favorite tips is to cut up green onions, keep the bottom, put it in a little bit of water in a cup, set it at the window. So whenever I buy green onions, I cut it right down to the little bottom, strap elastics around it, put it in my window. It grows and grows and grows and keeps growing. So you can grow it cheaply. You guys can have a garden in the summer. I bought this device. This is from one of my clients. That's hers in her living room. This is me. I decided I wanted to reduce the amount of chemicals that were coming in my house because so many things are coming from China and all over the world. So I started to grow my own garden in the house because I'm not good outside. I don't have a green thumb. I have all these allergies, hay fever. So that's me growing my own food and lettuce. And here's from seed to grow. So you can grow your own food. You can do this in Canada. We can unfortunately only do this certain months of the year, but think about ways that you can start to eat. Do you have a neighbor that has a garden? Would you want to buy stuff off of them? Will they offer it up for free? Think of how you can get these plants into your body. So this device specifically, the Tower Garden, can grow anything. So for those of you that are asking about fruits and cucumbers and different things, mine just has a bunch of lettuce and kale on it, but I wanted to veer with safety, and I eat a lot of greens, but you can grow bush beans and eggplant and broccoli. I haven't done all that, but it's actually up to 150 plants. Eat more greens. So here's an example of what you might even want to do for breakfast. You might think outside of the box. You could have like warm spinach and a bunch of stuff on top, even with some chicken or shrimp. Like, think outside of the box. Breakfast doesn't have to be pancakes and eggs and hash browns and bacon. We can really think outside the box of, can we have a nice warm meal? You know how many times I've had soup for breakfast or chili for breakfast. Yesterday I had lasagna loaded with a bunch of stuff. Think outside the box of how you can fit more greens in rather than just in smoothies. So this is an example of grocery store lettuce on the left, and this is from my Tower Garden. So one is, they're both romaine. What a difference. Look for greener things in the grocery store. If you can't grow your own at home, look for greener versions of things so that it can be healthy for you. So here's a few little things too that can also help with a healthy detox. Cinnamon. in any kind of drink or recipes you're using, the cayenne pepper, that's what I use in the lemon detox water. Turmeric is great. Put it in your eggs. Whenever I make my kids scrambled eggs, there's a bunch of turmeric in there and they have no idea. Fiber, increase your fiber with chia and flax, hemp seeds, because that's going to help detox your body and flush it out. Lemon is another great thing to put in it. Add it to your salads, add it to anything you think of. You can put it in your healthy juices. And of course, homemade juices, lots of veggies, and apple cider vinegar. Is there something from this list you think, oh, I forgot about that, or I didn't know about that? Throw it onto your daily routine. It's going to help with you naturally detoxing. And plan your breakfast. Which one's healthier, the one on the left or the one on the right? A lot of times it's just poor planning on our part. We want to really think about what is going to get us to that end result. What's going to give me more energy? The one on the right, the smoothie, or the breakfast, right? So really think about what you're putting in. So fasting, this is a huge topic right now. I personally like to start with 12 to 14 hours. You don't even have to do 12. If you're on medication or you have any kind of diabetes, blood sugar issues, all that, fasting is not going to be appropriate for everyone, but we can all fast healthy. One of the things that I really like to think about is pick a time in the night where you're going to stop eating. Now, this isn't for those of you that have sports at night or you're working out at night because you want to put something in your body. If you're diabetic, you want to be following your plan, listening to your body. You do not want those sugar spikes. We want to be consistent. Pick a time, and I want to ask those of you that are live, what time do you stop eating at night, and what time do you get up in the morning and have your breakfast? If you're available, put that in the chat. I like to follow a 6 or 7 p.m. That works best for my schedule. Many times we have dinner at 4:30 p.m. because of my kids' schedule, or 5 o'clock. So we're eating quite early. I can't stop eating that whole day and then go till the next day at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night. So I will have something. So I like to think, what is your schedule? Do you go to bed at midnight? Stop eating 3 hours before bed. So maybe you're a 9 to 9, maybe you're an 8 to 8. Start with like 10 to 12 hours, because we want our body at night to be digesting the food before we go to bed. So if we eat up until 9 o'clock, we sit on the couch and have our snacks, you have your wine, you have all those things, you're going to take longer to fall asleep, stay asleep, because now your body's digesting. So say you go to bed at 10:30, it's not enough time. So I want your take action this week is going to be to pay attention to what maybe a fasting cycle might look like for you. Women, they don't suggest we go over 14 hours. Men are completely different. That also has a lot to do with how your body works. You might find 14 hours is way too much. You might find that 12 hours is way too much. So I want you to play around with more thinking about a natural fasting detox in your body. So cut the evening eating and eat more calories during your day. Can you think about that? Or if you're really hungry, one thing that I like to do, I just coached someone on this morning, was I add my shake at night. So I just do my plant-based protein. I don't do whey, I don't do beef, I do plant-based. I will do a plant-based milk and I put my ice in it and I shake it all up, and it's almost like having a chocolate milk. So I might have that at 7 o'clock at night. It's not food that I'm digesting because it's pre-digested, and it gets me through from having a late or an earlier meal. And I'll add that shake, and then it gets me all the way through till the morning. If you're working out late, you're going to want to add that shake. If you're not, and you've eaten dinner, then you don't eat as much. Food digests when we sleep. So we want to play with what works for us. So just remember, try to keep it like 3 hours before bed. So what fasting cycle will work for you? So this is the one thing I get asked all the time. So I always said I do food first and then supplementation. Supplementation is so important. I believe in this. See a naturopath, look into it. Don't just start your own supplements. But for me, I supplement with whole food nutrition, not synthetic vitamins. So there's man-made things that we can get that are great. They're high quality sometimes, but they're also not bioavailable. There's a lot of other additives in there. I'm looking for food. So I take the superfood capsules. This is actually the cocktail that I'm on. Those are what's in it. I want you to look for, you do not have to take these supplements, but I will absolutely tell you about them. If you're going to buy anything on top of your healthy detox with your plants, your water, your fasting, I need extra stuff because I don't eat this whole variety every single day of my life. So I'm looking for something that is superfoods, that is food in it. There's no additives. I give these to my kids. I don't want anything extra in there. If they ever took all of these, they wouldn't overdose because it's not adult portions of these, right? Like we're not doing adult portions of these vitamins and minerals. It's all superfood. So look for an NSF certification. Look for something that is going to support your body, that is bioavailable, just meaning your body can break it down, because that's what food is. We can break that down. It grew into the earth. It's not processed. We're eating it in its natural form. So I take Juice Plus. And the reason I do it is because there's a food label, there's no additives. So it's not a calorie counting, it's food in there. It's non-GMO. For me, it's dairy-free, gluten-free. That's really important. It's vegan, so there's no added animal products and different things. It's third-party, double-blind tested. What's on the label is what it is. There's no contaminants, pesticides, so many things are sprayed. So make sure you're looking at what you're bringing into your body and what you're spending your money on. It's NSF certified, professional athletes take it, doctors take it, and it's the most research brand name nutritional product in the world. So that's a huge thing. There's studies and different things. So if you're taking vitamins, look inside that, because many times your body has to detox from your vitamins and from your supplements. And that's where I was. My pee was like bright yellow, highlighter yellow. And it's because my body wasn't absorbing. It was too much for me. It wasn't the right combination. And remember when I said expensive pee, that's exactly what was happening. So this is the one that I'm on. It's NSF certified, clean, plant-based, no, not added plant-based, and it's not added vitamins inside of it. Here is your homework. Okay, so take a little list. If you want to take a little screenshot of this, you can. I will replay this back to you. Which detox tip is needed the most for you? So do you need more water? Do you need to eat more plants? Do you need to add some fasting in? Cut your late night eating. Maybe you need to add a supplement to it because you're doing everything right, but you just feel like it's not enough. What new veggie will you try? I always love this challenge. Pick a new vegetable. Swiss chard, kale, something that you don't eat all the time, because we all know we go to the same foods over and over again. Do you need a backup? Do you need the superfood capsules? Is your iron low? Do you maybe need to start adding in more iron-rich food? Take a more natural iron supplement. Do you need more veggies in your smoothies, more veggies for breakfast? So write it down. Those of you live, I want you to put this in the chat right now. Tell me what it is that you need. So I want you to think about that. So you know where to find me, fitforfemales.com. I'm all over the place. I want you to find me on Instagram, touch base with me, etc. Let me stop the share. Find me. You can't see my share anymore, right? You can just see me. Yes. Let me just see, make sure that I've got my screen off. Perfect. So let's see. So this is your time to ask questions. If you are watching the replay, you can email me and ask me any questions you have. So let's just see what all of our live people said. So I made the protein balls with crispy cereal, made another ball cookie dough that I've been wanting to try, dates and cashew butter, incredible. I have been drinking my protein shake and drinking more water. How is that going with the new version? So one of the gals that ordered our protein powder, and this comes up a lot, I actually created a video out of it to make sure you know. When you bought the protein powder that I suggested, and if it ever tastes chalky to you or doesn't taste right, it's the way you're making it. I don't ever just mix it with water. I always do it with plant-based protein if I'm in a rush, and then I do it with some ice. If I'm having it as a meal or a snack or something like that, I really beef it up. I put fruits and veggies and nut butter and chias and seeds. So really make sure that you're making the right version. And I love the protein powder in recipes. It's so delicious. Here's the second one. I made the protein rice cereal balls and had a smoothie every day. Amazing. 7 glasses of water, 4 cups of water, 5 p.m. eating dinner. Yeah, and I want to know, do you eat after 5 p.m.? For that comment. 7 p.m. breakfast, anywhere from 6 to 7 a.m. So that's a good fast. It's 13 hours. It's allowing your body to digest and do its job. Dinner time varies. Breakfast is usually between 7 and 8. Great. And when do you stop eating at night? That's what I want to know. So 5 p.m. dinner and eat breakfast at 8 a.m. So that is a 5, 12, 15-hour fast. Okay. See, and what works for you might not work for someone else. You have to truly tune into your body. That photo that I showed you, I knew all summer I was feeling so unwell. And I kept going back and forth to the doctor, this, that, and the other thing. And they just say it's stress, it's this, it's that. And I was like, I know my body's missing something. My body was missing nutrients. My iron was super low. My blood work was off. When I added those superfood capsules, it allowed my body, and this is just my experience, right? It allowed my body to absorb those nutrients better. My iron started going up. I got off all my other supplements because I was missing the antioxidants and the natural vitamins within these superfood capsules. So it was great for me. Veggies, more plants. Amazing. So you're going to go for increasing your veggies and increasing more plants, right? Does anybody have any questions, comments, or feedback while we wrap up in the next 2 minutes? Anything that you want to know, you want to share that might really be working for you, something that I said, or it might even be something that I sparked for you. I always say there's no real new information. It's just information that we're not doing or implementing. We know what we need to do. Like most people aren't shocked when they come to coach with me. Oh my God, drink more water, move. But they're just not doing it. I'm not doing that. Or we're caught up. Someone I was chatting with today, and I coach on this a lot, is I'm not eating enough calories because I'm scared I'm going to gain weight. Now, these are beliefs that we have that we've heard throughout. And detoxing, I got to do a liver detox. I got to do a gallbladder detox. I have to do all these. There's so many different things on the market that you can get. Your body knows how to detox. Sometimes it just needs a little bit of help. My body needed more plants. My body needed those capsules. I was stuck. So just think about what it is that you might need and what you're struggling with. And usually you can get a good natural system going on, right? I had got out of the habit of the detox water and back every day this week. And you feel better already. That was me. I was telling this to a group that I was coaching a couple weeks ago. My detox water, I've been doing it for, gosh, I don't know, 18 years, and it's on my website. It's been there forever. And somewhere along the line, you know how you know what to do, but then you just get off of that. You don't, not for any reason. I think I just got lazy mixing it in the blender. I ran out of ginger one day, and then the next week I forgot to buy it. It wasn't on the list. Oh my gosh, I've been back on it, and I forget how delicious it is. And it's cheap. When you're buying ginger, try to find ginger local. It is very, very hard. I had to get mine from Peru. But try to pick lemons from Canada if you can, or wash your lemons up, pick the best you can, drink it. It is so delicious. And I find now I'm adding way more cayenne. Are you doing that, Laura? Oh my gosh, it's so good. So little things equal massive steps. So our goal is to build on this every day, every week, every month, every hour. Make a decision. Maybe you can go make a batch of the lemon detox water right now, and that's going to force you to drink water. I want you to think about small baby steps. So think about this for the week. As you go through this week, what is it that you need to add? What is it that you need to change every day? Don't try to do anything too big. Don't take all 3 categories and start detoxing off of that. Nice and slow. We're letting our body flush out what it doesn't need. We're letting it naturally detox. Flush out the body with the water, eat some more greens, add some more plants in the morning, have a snack that's fruits and vegetables, different things. Maybe you're eating too much fruit, add a little bit more vegetables. Try a new one and see what works. And as always, please keep in touch with me. Reply back to emails, email me, send me a message on Instagram or Facebook. Tell me how it's going, what's going well, what do you know you need to do? You know that little voice inside your head that says you need to listen to it, drink more water. Or maybe I should put down the crackers and eat more vegetables. Maybe I should have a bigger breakfast because it's not quite getting me all throughout the day. Sound good? Thank you so much for showing up live with me. I really appreciate it. Please check your email for our next smoothies and snack session, and good luck this week.